Hi, hello and welcome to another session on data communications and networks. In today's session, we'll see the error detecting codes. So in the previous sessions, we have seen these three methods of error detection. First one was a simple parity check, then we had the dual parity check, then we have also seen the checksum method. So in today's session, we'll see the CRC method, which is known as a cyclic redundancy check method. So in this cyclic redundancy check, so we need one generator polynomial. So this generator polynomial is used as the divisor. Then we have the message to be transmitted. So this generator polynomial is used as the divisor. The message is the dividend. Then we have the quotient. So when both of these two are divided, we get a quotient. The quotient is to be discarded. Then we have the remainder. The remainder is taken as the result. So these are the terms which we are going to use in this cyclic redundancy check method. So this cyclic redundancy check method, it is an error detection method. It is based on the binary division. So here we have some properties or a set of rules for the generator. So the generator has to follow some rules. So these are the rules of the generator. The first thing is the length of the generator should be at least 2. That means it should have at least 2 terms. The second rule is the coefficient of x power 0. Coefficient of x power 0 should be equal to 1. Then the message polynomial, the generator should not be divisible by x. The last rule is it should be divisible by x plus 1. So these are the 4 rules of a generator polynomial. Okay, next. This polynomial is represented in the binary pattern. The generator polynomial as well as the message can be represented in the as a binary pattern. We'll see one example here. Suppose this is the generator polynomial, x raised to 7 plus x raised to 5, x raised to 4 plus x cube plus 1. So this can be written in this manner: 1 x raised to 7 plus, here we don't have the power of 6, so we need to put 0 in this place. 0 x raised to 6 plus power 5 is there, so write 1 x raised to 5 plus 1 x raised to 4 plus 1 x cube. Here x square is not there, so put as 0. Write 0 x square, then write 1 x raised to 0. So this is how we expand this. So here these powers, they represent the bit position and the coefficient represents the bit value. Now we have to collect all of these coefficients and write them, which is known as the generator polynomial. So the coefficient of x raised to 7 is 1, then we have 0, then we have 1, 1, 1, 0 and 1. So this is the bit pattern obtained from this polynomial. Now we'll see the procedure how to apply this cyclic redundancy check method. procedure to apply cyclic redundancy check method. The first step is we need to take the generator polynomial. Take the generator polynomial and write in terms of a string of ones and zeros. The second thing is we need to take the message. The message polynomial also has to be written in this form, in ones and zeros. Suppose this is the message polynomial. The next step is we need to append a string of n minus 1 zeros. So append n minus 1 number of zeros to the message polynomial. So here n is the number of bits in the generator polynomial. So if the generator polynomial is having 4 bits, we need to add 3 extra zeros to the message polynomial. So in this case, if you see, we are having a 4 bit, n is equal to 4 in this case. So after appending zeros, the message can be written as 1 1 0 1 1 1 1. So we have 4 bits in the generator, so we need to append 3 zeros to the message. So this is the complete message after appending the required number of zeros. Now the next step is the message is to be divided by the generator polynomial. So here this is the message 1 1 0 1 1 1 1 0 0 0. Now this is to be divided with the generator polynomial. Here we have taken the generator as 1 0 1 1. So put a value of 1 0 1 1 here, and this division is to be performed. So you can start with 1. Divide, if the first bit is a 1, so 1, put a 1 here, and 1 0 1 1 into 1 is 1 0 1 1. Now here this subtraction has to be performed according to the exclusive OR. So in exclusive OR, we have the rule that whenever we have an odd number of ones, the output should be equal to 1. When you have an even number of ones, the output should be equal to 0. So if you start from here, 1 and 1, we have even number of ones, so we get a 0 here. Here this is an odd number of ones, so put 1. Here also this is an odd number of ones, so put a 1. So here 1 and 1, this is an even number, so put a 0. In the next step, we need to discard this 0 and bring the next bit down. Now again we have the first bit as 1, so put a 1 here, and 1 0 1 1 into 1 is again the same 1. Again we have even number of ones, so put a 0. Odd number of ones is 1, odd number of ones is 1, even number of ones is 0. Next, discard the 0, so bring the next bit, that is 1. Again we have the starting bit as 1, so again put a 1 here, multiplied by 1 0 1 1 is again 1 0 1 1. Now even number of ones is 0, odd number of ones is 1, we have an odd number again 1, even number is 0. Discard the 0 bit, then again bring the next bit here, which is 1. So again we have the first bit as 1, so put a 1 here and write 1 0 1 1. Even number is 0, odd number 1, odd number 1, even number is 0. Again discard the 0, then bring the next bit down, which is a 0, put a 0 here. Again the first bit is equal to 1, so put a 1 here and write 1 0 1 1. Even number is 0, odd number is 1, odd number is 1, odd number is 1. Discard this bit and bring the next 0 here. So put a 0. Again in the first bit we have a 1. So put 1 here and 1 0 1 1. So even number 0, odd number is 1, even number is 0, odd number is 1. Discard the first 0, bring the next bit down, which is 0. Again we have first bit as 1, so put a 1 here. 1 0 1 1 into 1 is, here we get 1 0 1 1. Now even number of ones is 0. Here also no ones are there, still it is 0. Here even number of ones is 0, then odd number of ones is 1. So this is the remainder, which is known as the checksum result. So this is known as the checksum result. So after this procedure, so we need to take the original message, which is 1 1 0. So now the message was 1 1 0 1 1 1 1. So for this we have appended 3 number of zeros. So here also discard this 0 and remove the appended zeros, which we have done in the first case. Then add this remainder to this message. So here we get 0 0 and 1. So this is the message which is to be transmitted. So this is the procedure at the transmitting end. So this is the message which will be transmitted to the receiver. So at the receiving end, what happens, we'll see now. So what does the receiver do? So this is the data which is coming to the receiver. Now at the receiver will divide this given data again with the generator polynomial. We have taken the generator polynomial as 1 0 1 1. So this message will be again divided with the generator polynomial, which is 1 0 1 1. This is the divisor and this will be taken as the dividend, 1 1 0 1 1 1 1 0 0 1. So again this division has to be performed. This division is performed, and while subtracting we need not subtract actually, but we have to follow the exclusive OR rules. So if you have an even number of ones, the result is equal to 0. If you have an odd number of ones, the result will be equal to 1. So this has to be divided by using this exclusive OR rules. Now after dividing both of these two completely, if the remainder is equal to 0, now here in this case, after division, if the remainder is equal to 0, now in this case the receiver understands that there is no error in the message. Now if the remainder is not equal to 0, then the receiver will understand that there is an error in the message. So this is the procedure to be followed for the cyclic redundancy check. So I hope I am clear. Thank you.